Hey guys, welcome to DreamCoin. It's Tyler again, and I have been looking heavily at this stock for a little over a month now. It saw a big run up, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to bring it out to you guys just for the fact of I thought it was running close to its price limit for the time being right now. But with the recent market pullbacks and everything, I think it's a good time to tell you guys about this company because as of right now, I see them being 300% undervalued, similar to my last stock video that I gave to you guys. Without delaying, this is going to be Seelos Therapeutics, and essentially what Seelos Therapeutics involves with is anything that has to do with central nervous system diseases or deficiencies and anything that's mental health related. That's kind of the main different stuff they work with. One of them being like ALS / Lou Gehrig's disease, and then for mental health being more like suicidal ideation and things like that. And then just to show you guys some of the stuff they're working on, this is their pipeline that they have going on at the moment. As you can see, they have quite a few different treatments in and around the phase 2 trials, and they've got a bunch of different random stuff that looks very promising in general. And what specifically interests me as a whole is I personally am very big on seeking treatment for people that are struggling with their mental health, specifically with suicide and things like that. So I used to full-time stream on Twitch back over a year ago, and I was partnered with a mental health organization called Heart Support. This touches very close to home for me just because of some of the stuff that I've done in my personal life dealing with these different things. So one of the main things I'm looking at with this company is their SLS-002 treatment based around like ketamine. I've both talked to a few health professionals and looked up studies throughout the last few years because I used to work with hospitals and stuff like that. Quite a few people believe that ketamine could be a nice treatment for people with any struggles with mental health. This looks like it's going to be very promising as they go forward. You know, besides that, they are very diverse in their products they have going on. Like I said, they have stuff for Parkinson's. They're looking at gene therapy with that, and they're looking for, you know, using different treatments for ALS and a lot of just different things that are going to potentially just drive them forward in the industry as a whole for a company. And this is a little bit more why I wanted to bring these guys out to you, because what Seelos Therapeutics is doing right now, which their ticker symbol is SEEL for anybody wanting to go look at their stock, they just finished the completion of their patient enrollment for a study that they're trying to do on their SLS-002 treatment. And that's the ketamine based treatment that I was telling you about that's focused around helping people with major depressive disorder and acute suicidal ideation. They're looking to do a 16-day treatment in part 1 of the study, which is going to have a follow-up period of 30 days. The last patient is expected to complete this around April. So we could have data on this as soon as next month going forward with their plans for how this is going to play out and what this looks like for the future of the company and their treatment. This is going to be a nice setup as a catalyst for them. And even outside of just having some personal attachment to this kind of treatment for mental health issues, I believe this is going to be, purely from a stock standpoint, a major catalyst going forward. This could see them launching over what I would suggest to be like $5-6 going into mid-April, especially if the data comes out positive. And a lot of their studies have been seeming to be positive with the way they've been rolling them out. This is a company that I truly feel is going to kind of play a big role not only in mental health but central nervous system issues as we look to the future over the next couple of years. Now, like I said, with the recent market pullback, especially with NASDAQ being down for basically the 3rd week negative that it ended, essentially, it was a very good time to buy into this stock. Early next week is still going to be a very good price point. As you can see here, it was trending around that 2.7 range, and after hours today when it ended, it was around 2.7. So going into Monday, March 8th, I do see this being a very nice solid buy, even though I think the market's going to kind of rebound quite a bit and become a little more bullish than it's it's been in the last couple of weeks, and this is going to provide for a nice low end for them. Zooming out and showing you in the 3-month line, they've already peaked at the $4.3 range. That was around February 16th to be exact, and they've been on a slow downtrend since, mostly I believe just because they haven't had any significant news. As you can see down here, they haven't had much going on. Besides that, they bought back royalties of part of their treatment that they were looking for using on suicidal ideation and major depressive disorder. So this is going to be a very significant buy going now. Like I said, they're going to be looking to put out the data for this study that they're looking for going into April. So this is going to be a nice major catalyst going into there. And especially at this around under $3 range, this could be a 250%, 300% rise to that over $5, $6 range as we get into April. So it's not super long term, but it is a very nice like 3-4 week swing from now that we could potentially be seeing for this company going forward. If you believe in this company, which I do, because they are making major moves, much as AIKI have, and I've advocated for AIKI pretty heavily in the development of using psilocybin for helping emotional issues for cancer patients and things like that. This is going to be very indicative of the industry going forward, of how a lot of pharma companies are going to be moving. They're going to be looking for more potentially like psychedelic treatments that are going to help aid people in their mentalities as we look towards more variety of treatment options for people struggling with different issues. This is something that I'm very bullish on. This is like anything else, everything's pulled back pretty hard. Like you see here, the RSI, it's very oversold even into after hours today when it started trending up, and even back like normal, I mean, it was semi-average and it was still oversold back to the 23rd, like the last couple weeks. This is on a very downtrend. Like I said, it's more about half of this range that it peaked up here back in February, and this is when they were just getting momentum started, and I can see them hitting that $5, $6 range going into early to mid-April. So this is definitely going to be a stock you want to keep an eye on as we go forward. And that's going to do it for me in this video. I do really appreciate you guys leaving a lot of support lately on the videos as I've been putting them out. I did have a lot of people freaking out about the stock market crashing and potentially rebounding and why that was happening and how you should navigate it. So going forward, I want you guys to check out this video for sure. I kind of analyzed Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, and what he's been saying towards the economy as a whole and the market and the bond yields and everything, my interpretation of it. And then I also kind of go into how you should be navigating the market going forward so you can avoid having to worry about your stocks and your portfolio if another scenario like this comes up in the future. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.